Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we have some battles submitted by Woetmak with a team that can beat even the first champion of Pokemon Go here on PvP. So let's see what we got now going on, because here on Great League you can expect anything, but we managed to grab kind of a very good lead against Umbreon. And if you haven't noticed already, well, we got a triple anti-Umbreon team, since we have 3 of those Pokemons that are fairy types and of course can go pretty rough against any opponent. So we managed to see here the Serperior on the switch, but massive damage from the Moonblast will not be appreciated that much. Serperior now has to block obviously this Surf, otherwise it will go down, and this is kind of a big win for us because we're having a water type up against this grass one. So they are kind of forced in using some energy in the process, and of course more energy will be spent against our mobile, but we do not care that much. We can still survive, not easily, but still we can survive, and right after we can reach to the play rough. However, we end up catching the second one, which comes back to back from Dancing Robe, and of course one play rough will most likely do the work up against this Umbreon. However, at the back they have a Cresselia, and all of a sudden they actually might have a chance. So Dancing Robe here will go for the grass, not most probably, but we have to respect the damage since we know that Azumarill might be the key to the entire win of ours. So able to charge up a lot here, and I believe that a second shield might just pop up from Woetmak's side. Switching immediately after to our mobile with the play rough, which is ready to go and connects for big damage on the Cresselia. Let's see now if Cresselia will go for the undercharge. They are gonna go for it and still farm up a little bit more extra. However, they are put up in a position that one play rough might just do the trick. Down goes this Cress, and of course Umbreon now stands no chance, so Dancing Robe will just leave this battle, and of course we're gonna start off with a very nice flexi victory. Into the next one now, and we're having the Oxys up in front. So I think that this is obviously kind of a bad one for our mobile, and even if they get here to the move, we still can force that switch out to their safe switch, which is this Lickitung, and it's kinda good for us because we can expect something like a Gligar, I believe, at the back if they have something like it, so that our Azumarill will most likely have the upper hand. So anyways, right here we're just gonna return to the battle with our mobile, which makes a lot of sense, able to resist every charge attack that this Lickitung might have, and Woetmak definitely knows that. The Oxys comes back, and of course right after we're gonna press the play rough, but the opponent switched out to their Umbreon, which is great news as well. Not a fighter, but still a dark type that is kinda weak to our fairy types over here. Able to switch out right after to our Azumarill, and I believe that one play rough will be more than enough at this point to finish off the remaining HP that Azumarill is having. So we're gonna be able to get there after we farm a lot, and we're gonna get to the nice. I like this play a lot, just in case they survive and we can get one extra bubble worth of energy, but this is not gonna be the case at all. Able to destroy it down easily, and right after this the Oxys stands no chance at all, I believe, because even if they get there to those Thunderbolts, we still got 2 shields while they have one, and all we have to do at this point is to reach to a Hydro Pump or just go with a play rough. They're getting super low. I think that one play rough might actually do the trick at this point in combination with a couple of our bubbles. Yeah, here it is trainers, we're just gonna farm down, and that's gonna be a solid victory once again for Woetmak. Into the next one now, we cannot catch a break, able to get another bad lead back to back against this Medicham this time, and we have to aggressively switch out into our Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini is gonna get hit by this Psychic, which is not great, but still we can kinda do something on the next Pokemon which is coming up, and that next Pokemon is Bastiodon, so we can do super effective damage with the Water Guns and the Surfs. Already they're getting super low, so that's why they throw that Psychic, because they want to farm down much easier than they could have done if they couldn't throw that Psychic, and right after by blocking once we can guarantee the farm down with those Fire Fangs. Doing so, we can still reach to the play rough and guarantee the knockout if they do not block. However, they end up blocking, and now our Azumarill will return into the battle. So Azumarill against a fighter, obviously this makes a lot of sense to anyone as to how we can win this one, but obviously they can try and catch at some point. So here comes Steelix with a crazy catch on its steel typing, and right after, all we have to do is to go all in for that Hydro Pump. Of course, those Dragon Tails and the Breaking Swipes will be kinda resisted. They take the Hydro Pump, down goes Steelix, and now we're looking at a very nice battle, because not only we can protect our Mobile even more by blocking here, but also I believe we can guarantee the farm down after we can get to that power up Fang, because this is no punch at all. Let's get straight here, it is all about the Fangs when we're talking about a Pokemon like this Mobile. So we end up going down at the same time, but of course we had our Azumarill not full HP, but still a little bit of HP remaining on its arsenal, and of course I think that yeah, that's gonna end up into a magnificent win for Woetmak. Another bad lead, this time against another pseudo fighter, against this Deoxys. We cannot catch a break at all, and we end up going for the debuff against this Umbreon. So this might actually mean that we can reach to another Moonblast. No, it is not. They're just gonna throw as soon as they get there to the foul play. Down we go to the move, but it's still all good because Umbreon is no threat to us. We have seen that over time on this video, because Umbreon is really getting walled by our Triple Fairy team over here. Last Resort will not do much even with that debuff, which means that it is not gonna be only not very effective, but also gonna deal even less damage than that, and we need to get to at least one power of Fang if we want to have any chance at completely farming down before they reach to a double move. I think this is a wise choice by Woetmak, because he can get out of here with a lot of energy stored up, and now with the Deoxys returning, one player up will do so much damage after the first boost from that power of Fang. They have a Dragon type and a Dark type at the same time on the same Pokemon with Guzzlord at the back, so yeah, the Azumarill is just gonna make them top left this battle. Into the next one now with this Medicham. Yeah, another bad lead. Can you go more wrong than that? I do not think so. This is looking horrible for us, but on the switch we're met up with an Octal, which is a Pokemon that you do not see that often, but anyways, after the Moonblast we have the Surf, which can start grabbing those shields out of the way. We're looking pretty solid here. We can still go in with our Mobile and start farming down all that crucial energy, and even if they get here to the Shadow Ball, I believe we can still farm down, because double Shadow Ball is not coming up for sure. Able to see now the return of the Medi. Are you kidding me? We're looking super good with this Triple Fairy team. I already love it. And could they have an Umbreon once again? I don't think so, but it's weird to see the Noctowl anyways. So they have a Charizard at the back. We're looking so good right now. We're just gonna block whatever they throw here, because we can easily manipulate them in throwing their energy towards our shields, and of course we can easily grab a shield over here. We will try to grab one move on our Mobile, as you saw there, but the switch was never pressed, and right after they have back-to-back moves. This is gonna be just a Dragon Claw, which we resist by a lot since we are a Fairy typing against a Dragon type move, and of course now we can easily farm down with our Azumarill. Once again we faint at the same time, but we had one Pokemon ready to go and alive at the back, so that's why we can guarantee that victory. Into the next one now, and we're having now a little bit of a change of heart. We're not gonna see Mobile anymore for the final two battles. Instead, we're gonna see an upgraded version, as Woetmak said to me, because Alola Sandslash really helped more this team succeed, because with Mobile you get weak to severe threats that you cannot overcome, while with Alola Sandslash you can always expect more from that Pokemon. So player of here will most likely take us out, and it doesn't matter at all, but for the first time on this video we are put up in a difficult position, and that difficult position means that we have the shield disadvantage. So anyways, with Azumarill having only 1 HP, we're seeing now Steelix coming into the game. We can still go pretty rough against this Pokemon, and I believe that this move will be resisted. No reason to block it or anything. There is no reason at all to be an Earthquake, and of course we can farm down. At the back they have a Greninja, and of course Azumarill is looking pretty scary. So Azumarill was nowhere to be seen lately. Oh my goodness, they just got the boost. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that is the good stuff. So Hydro Cannon now is gonna do so much damage. Perhaps the next one will actually knock out our Azumarill. We need to be extremely careful. So at this point we need to get to our play rough, but are we gonna call it? Yes, we are. Just the Hydro Cannon, but still enough to finish us off. So Drillrun here is gonna do massive damage on that Greninja. They need to respect it, and of course they still have the 1 HP Pokemon at the back, which means that they actually might try to catch one move. However, they are not gonna do that. We have the Drillrun, down goes Greninja, and of course Azumarill has nothing to throw at us, and we're just gonna farm down with those Shadow Claws. Into the final one now, and we're having another bad lead. Are you kidding me? So many fighters, and this time Alola Sandslash is just gonna be even worse against the fighters because of the fact that we are double weak, while our Mobile is not weak but still doesn't have a lot of options against the fighters. So anyways, right here against this Bastiodon we can still go pretty rough at them with our serves, and of course we can try to flip around that very bad lead that we had. As it seems they have double steal, and this is wonderful news for our Alola Sandslash because now it can have kind of a very good battle against this Ferrothorn, and after the Moonblast we can drop it super low at a point that one Ice Punch or one Drill Run can absolutely do the trick. Over here Azumarill will return into the battle for the final time, with Psychic being the only option from our opponent. Of course we need to take the first one because if we block it and then they apply the debuff we might be in a pickle. So right here we're just gonna call it, I believe, or not. Let's see together. Yeah, we're gonna call it. It is a Dynamic Punch. Are you kidding me? Who uses that move? And right after we need to answer back at them with a heavy hitting Play Rough. Of course they have the shield, so right here they're just gonna get to another move. We know now that they have Dynamic Punch, they have a Psychic, which means that we can kinda have the upper hand up against them. So Ferrothorn here is just gonna pop up for the final time, and I think that even if we can survive those counters, we can still reach to that Ice Punch for the finishing blow against the fighter, and that's gonna be a great game. Oh my goodness, they survived, but still Azumarill is here to grab that final victory. This was absolutely awesome by Woetmak. So thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and as always please consider subscribing to my channel because more than 70% of you haven't subscribed yet, and yeah, that is a big bummer. So with that said, also I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.